Hi, I'm Danny Pudi.
I'm Gillian Jacobs.
Dan Harmon.
Donald Glover.
So this is the second episode.
That's actually a batting range or a what is that? You can see the net in the background.
Oh, it's a golf range.
It's a golf range.
Yeah, driving range.
Near
This
LA
joke got
City College.
dropped on the floor and shattered.
My schedule before the deadline. I heard this class was a cakewalk. Are you passing it?
You're supposed to say yes. Do you like Dane Cook? Yes, I do. So far, so good. So there's a version of that joke as written somewhere in the ether, and the director blamed the actor for it not working.
The great John Michael Higgins.
John Michael Higgins. He's awesome.
Yes, he is.
He's really good in this.
I really
lucky to
wished I
have
was
him.
in these scenes, by the way. I wanted to be
I
in his
know.
classes.
Close them and throw them away.
It's our Dead Poets Society.
Throw it away!
I have so much fun watching the beginning of this series because it's just like the tone is even different, just like slightly. You
Yeah.
can feel everything. Like it's just like, oh, we found ourselves. Like I always kind of wondered that with like other shows where I'm like, how did they know when they were good?
Yeah.
But I guess that's kind of like, how do you know that
You're a lesbian.
sex is good? When, like, that you're a lesbian? What?
Yeah, how do you...
It's called freshman year of college.
Yeah, and also, how do you describe what changed about the show? I mean, because you can't even say, well, it became a little sillier because it was always silly.
Right.
But did it become warmer? I think you throw out any attempt to actually define what changed and just accept the fact that the show finds itself. You know?
Yeah.
I love this bit.
Voice command. Voice command. Voice command.
Would you please use the buttons?
Okay, Grandpa.
See, this is a point you can already feel it. Like it's like the Gillian's character is being saddled with like she's supposed to be the cool one or something, and that makes you as the audience go, "Well, I'll be the judge of who's cool and who's not. I'll decide who I'm supposed to like." And it's later that we go like, "Oh, wait a minute! What if you beat up on her? What if you make her Charlie Brown instead of like saddling her with status?"
Mm-hmm.
Just don't take away my leather coats. Do what you will. I'll be called an ugly lesbian until the sun goes down, but don't take my coat.
Keep giving her coats. You can call whatever you want.
I really enjoy that. Like, I really enjoy Pierce calling you like gross names and stuff. Because there's something about that that's so funny to me when you call somebody because like Pierce obviously has a whole bunch of problems. Like so like
A whole mess of
a
problems.
whole mess of problems.
Bucket
So
of 'em.
him like bagging on somebody who's very pretty is funny to me. I don't know.
It's
what
also
it is.
relieving though, because you wouldn't want to watch him like sexually harass everybody.
Yeah.
So you breathe a sigh of relief.
Relief
Like,
when he's
he
just
doesn't
like,
even want to nail
He doesn't
her.
even want to nail her. He's just like, oh, shit,
Why would you
everything about her. It's like, what are you seeing?
Maybe he's really seeing me in my true state. I don't know. Maybe he's a soothsayer or something.
He's a level 5 laser lotus.
This is really nice of you. The memo says 4 dreams.
That's very sweet.
Are we going to study Spanish or...
Turn your
me,
phone
that was
off.
Oh, boy.
Dan Harmon.
Apple.
Thanks for that check, by the way, Gillian.
Oh, you're welcome. I had to write that check very quickly, I remember.
Yeah, you did.
In order to get it done in time to rip it off.
There were no lines in between that.
29 seconds.
One of my favorite jokes.
Yes.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
That's great.
Gotta texture that paper. Gotta make it loose leaf or something. In standard def, this is a white blob.
I can't stand the rain. Everyone's
Okay, now did Chevy's change? It used to be a drawing of a lady with boobs, and then you had to change it to just weird eyes.
During the pilot, it aired successfully, accidentally, as a lady with boobs, and then they watched it and went, "Whoops!" And
A lady with boobs? Just
Yeah.
like, just
Yeah.
because.
It's a lady without boobs?
Yeah, but I'm
Now
just
it
like.
says
they
googly
were
eyes.
naked boobs.
Oh, they were naked boobs?
Yeah.
Naked boobs.
Best kind.
Nice.
With nipples and stuff.
Yeah, because people might be turned on too much by seeing a drawing of boobs.
And then-
Why are you here?
To get a degree in business so I can sell my baked goods and whatnot on the internet.
You'll never hear Yvette talk like that again. About halfway through the season, she starts talking like Miss Piggy.
Again, that's when we found our show.
Yes, miss.
Only when we stop
stopping our lives, can we begin to start starting them? Ms. Edison here, for example, would rather write about what happened.
That stunt lady in the back who's gonna fall off the. It's like she's a pro because she started bleeding on like the third one, and I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah." She like kind of got mad. She's like, "Yeah, like that's why they pay me."
The third time is when I do bleed.
She's like, I'm paid to get hurt and be okay with it.
Come on, stand on your desk.
It's really.
Can you imagine if your girlfriend was like a cute stunt girl?
Yeah, like.
What a weird combination of feelings that would be.
Yeah, that'd be so weird.
Much like your feelings about the sign language woman.
Yeah.
What's the feeling?
I was terrified she was going to land on a pencil because there were pencils in the desk.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the nurse, seize the day.
Day seizing.
Particularly the part about your husband not being.
Your homework.
I love
I
how
would say anything that was wrong with the show at this point is not wrong with the show because the characters don't know each other yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the dynamic, and so they're less warm stories that have to do with people sort of rubbing up against each other and repelling each other. But
I like to think
it's a good show, you guys. Come on.
Stop bashing on it.
on board.
We liked it as we were making it.
I loved
we
it. I
didn't
thought
have
these were
any
fun.
reservations about this
It's just,
episode.
here's the thing, critics.
Because really, we're pretending
just-
this is for the
listen,
fans,
We
but
know
it's
you're
really for
saying
you.
change your mind. Just say I didn't like it at first. Now I get it. It's genius. I didn't recognize it. I'm only mortal.
Aren't people kind of doing that though?
Yeah, but they have to open their reviews with going like, well, at first it wasn't doing so well.
Right.
Yeah, come on. At first you were watching wrong.
Yeah, you just didn't.
You were watching wrong.
Don't try to bring the mountain to Muhammad.
The beginning of the endless series of fairs, outdoor fairs at
Yes.
Greendale Community College.
They're always in full effect.
The only time I ever wore a watch.
Oh, really?
I'm not wearing a watch next season.
I always wear a watch. You're not wearing a watch next season?
No.
Your choice?
No, actually, like they kind of brought it up. I mean, like I don't wear jewelry. I don't like it that much, but I was like, oh, Troy probably would. But they were like, he's changed a lot. No ring and thing, right? And I was like,
Right.
yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I want to kind of overhaul everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to be half robot.
To whom are you
Am I
speaking?
not already on the show?
Yeah, but it's the bottom half.
Iqbal!
Pillow lips.
Now, for those of you who don't know, this actor's first name is Iqbal, but for those of you who don't know what an Iqbal is, Google it. It's a really gross thing. I'm just kidding.
It's a ball
Dictionary?
that makes you go ick.
This is we had so many fun repeats after this scene. All the things he's calling people. There's one.
Should we go through?
There was when you look down at the ground here, there was 75 different colors of tape for marks and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
because it's such a complicated. You can't tell watching it, but
Have you? Has he said pillow lips yet?
No, I think that's coming like.
no, that's
That's later
an
on.
extra.
Yeah.
Because
Study
I want to
room.
do the songs that we sing
yeah,
of them
yes.
for
Yeah.
each one of these things.
Iqbal is a favorite of the cast.
Yes.
We repeat his lines at least once a day.
Mm-hmm.
He's made very few appearances. Oh, and those shoes were incredibly uncomfortable. I could barely walk.
I like Gillian's boxing pose right here.
Thanks.
He's one of many things we
obviously ready
share
to
with the
fight.
show Glee, which
Our rating success.
one of the Twitter
Our
questions.
European tour.
is, do you guys hate Glee or do you all hate Glee? We don't hate Glee. We're jealous of Glee.
Yeah, we're on the same lot. Here's the thing, like people always ask us, like we're on the same lot, and like it's cool, but we're obviously like the dirty cousin.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like we're a little grittier, and like people, and like they're fine and really sweet to us when we talk to them. It's just like
That's the luxury of a 2.0 rating is you get to take swings at everybody.
everybody.
Because you're a dirty little orphan.
If they took swings at us, you'd be like, why is that?
Why are you
Why is
picking
that
on-
mountain beating up that tiny tree?
Don't
Like
they have a concert in Europe right now?
You never hear us taking digs at Vampire Diaries. It'd be gross.
Pillow
cruel.
lips.
Did he say it yet?
No, but this is it's a great little outfit. I actually had those suspenders when I was a kid.
You did.
I did.
I learned recently that Mork's first appearance on television was in an episode of Happy Days. I
You
never
didn't
knew
know that?
I
You
didn't know
that?
that.
No,
I
yeah.
didn't know it.
Oh. I'm 49.
I didn't know that either. Thanks.
Another thing that made me feel 49 is I wrote this. I wanted him to say Shazbot when his suspenders don't work, and Neil Goldman, one of the EPs, like he said, yeah, I couldn't remember what Shazbot was.
He still says it though, and I laugh.
I know. Well, yeah, because I came to my senses. It was like he's got to say Shazbot, but this really, I hadn't even thought about it for a second until that moment when he said, "I don't know what Shazbot is." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna." You get old and that's how you get hacked. Is you don't even realize your references are like even the classic references.
Yeah.
Now they're just like weird, dumb, like you're talking about Looney Tunes.
That's what makes me sad is that people don't watch Looney Tunes anymore.
I know.
I reference Looney Tunes all the time, and people but I was like, but that's one of those things that'll never get old because they're already old.
I still have a Looney Tunes Gangsta T-shirt at home.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like a black Tweety bird holding a gun.
What?
With a T-shirt.
I think I have the Tasmanian Devil with like his hat tilted to the right.
I made that joke on Thursday, and I thought that was like a more universal thing, but just like just being like, oh, he's like, it's so, like, I forgot, Tracy made some sort of thing. It was like a black Bart Simpson sexually holding his black sister. Like, it's just like, that was something in my community where people just had shirts of like black cartoon characters.
What would happen if Tracy Morgan was doing commentary on this scene?
He probably. I haven't come through with either of that. Somebody
Tracy, what was your motivation in this scene?
Barbecue sauce.
That seems like more of a food than a motivation.
Yeah.
Look how short your hair is, Donald.
Yeah.
I know it's grown a lot.
You could even use a sneeze to drive home a point.
The scene had to get cut down. As we've said before, early on, you don't have that page count rhythm yet. You don't know how long your scripts can be. So you end up cutting a lot of stuff.
Tell me more.
This scene is a shorter version, and see how that can is crushed in that last shot? Pierce crushes it at one point because he gets specific with Troy. Says, I know what it is. You used to be on top of your game, and now your life is a joke to other people. And he like squeezes the can, and it's really good acting from Chevy, and it's really cool. And we had to cut it. It was that or the birthday cake line.
There was a scene here too, Dan, that I think was cut right after that. I think it was like cutting the bush or something.
Oh, you emerge in this scene.
We used to think that our scripts could be 31 pages long, 29 pages long. We've gotten down to the script for Paintball was 23 pages long because we were nervous about the amount of action, and typically we try to keep it 25 pages long, which is insane. I've never worked on a show where the scripts are so short. Less work for me.
What does your life mean?
But in these early stages, this is back when we're like, hey, 32 pages. And so we would have to cut 8 minutes out in the bay. And so all of these scenes, there's longer versions.
When he says the bay, he means Oakland. So they have to fly. That's part of the reason it has to be so good and tight up front because they fly to Oakland.
Yeah. I mean, they don't fuck around there.
Or you won't just fail my class. You'll fail life.
Ooh. Message.
It was very bright outside. I could barely keep my eyes open.
Now, what are you wearing there? There's another shirt pouring out of the bottom of...
Yeah, it's called layering, Dan.
Ah.
Drop the flower.
Okay, I really need to talk to you about Abed. I went
So
by
the
his
one
house
underneath is really skin tight.
there. He's cutting.
Yeah.
Do something like that.
We
That's
gotta-
my skankiness. Can't be contained by only one shirt.
Subtle
Gotta
skank.
get the layers going.
That I'm playing the role of his mother.
Abed is not normal. That's what you thought.
That was hard to hear. Thankfully, I didn't hear it.
No, you weren't there.
Will you just...
The video at the end of this, I remember because there was a different ending for a while, and there were some other things, but like the video at the end of this, legit.
Yes.
Like I really like that. I was like, that's a good ending.
Look how skinny your legs are.
Yeah, that was one of those where they wanted me to highlight my legs.
I remember eating that and being like, I'm never gonna get sick of eating pizza.
Right. And then
You always
then
do.
we had pizza.
Something
Just
that
like-
you don't really get the feeling of here the concept was that, again, you're supposed to be tracking Jeff's encroaching phobia that this group is becoming a family. And he's the dad and Britta's the mom. And, I mean, does it feel that way? Does it feel like that's the joke, that Jeff is this unwitting father figure? Not really.
I was shooting my movie.
Well, I can't really say because you were telling me that during the shooting of it, so I don't really have an objective view on that. Love him.
Yeah, he's funny.
Matt.
He's got a voice like this.
Yeah.
And it talks like this.
Apparently, he and I did improv together 15 years ago in Westwood. And he says his voice got that way
From
by
Boom, Chicago,
doing
right?
like
Yeah.
performing
Yeah.
for like 3,000 people.
And he would scream, and he lost his voice permanently.
I think it's done wonders for his career.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's when early on we were like, wow, that was a kind of a dark ending to the scene here.
Yeah.
All part of the movie.
I think you are really weird, Abed.
So that's kind of a dad figure, I think, to say.
Yeah.
Certain kinds of dads.
This show's all about dad issues. It's a lot like Lost.
You're right.
I think
That guy was your dad?
That was
Yeah,
improvised
That was
right
improvised.
there.
Fucking funny.
Okay, this is pillow lip scene.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
I lied to get you here because it's time to communicate.
This sweater should probably be retired on Joel. Kind of court jester action.
Where's Weezer?
That's another one. Where's Weezer?
Where's Wizard?
See what I did there?
I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Ravi Shankar.
Yep.
You should like Weezer. He should like Ravi Shankar.
They want and leave each other out of it. Is that your take? Let me give you mine. You and your pillow-left girlfriend got all up in my stuff because you wanted to be cowboys, and then you turned chicken when you found out it would take more than speeches and guided missiles. Interesting. I didn't see the Iraq metaphor, but what Iraq metaphor? I'm talking about your speeches and her guided. Got it.
My guided missiles.
Do you guys have a with falafel as a fallback song?
We
Napkin Man.
You need to let him make his own decision.
Make his own decisions. Have you met Abed? You know who he
Obviously I-
is?
yes, I
you
know
have
who he
no.
is. He
You're
loves-
stupid.
I'm finished.
With falafel as a fallback.
Oh,
We did have a falafel as a fallback song.
Yeah.
This is a reshoot, this scene.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
took like 8 hours.
We originally
Yeah.
shot the scene in the cafeteria.
So Dave Seeger, Channel 101, shot or didn't shoot, put together this Abed movie and had some Channel 101 guys do the animation and stuff.
It's
Kind
like
of reminds me of Xavier, Renegade Angel, with the mouths.
Who's the mom in that, Dan? Do we know?
You just pick a photo out of a book that you can clear.
oh wow.
Just some lady.
That's painful right there.
What's wrong with you? All I want to do is take care of you. Why will you not answer me?
Yep.
Super messed up. Now I got something. I just realized something.
What do you think, Dad? I think you are weird, Abed. And I think the wrong person just left.
That's not a nice thing to say.
I like the ending to that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a fun thing about this episode is that it was pretty dark.
Well, it was
I like
one
the
of those
implication that Jeff and Britta kind of didn't get it. It's not
Yeah.
again, and then,
Yeah.
then you pan over there. Again, very proud of the petty characters I created.
But it was I like that just because it was the second episode and I was like, wow,
Right.
Like I just learned I just learned a ton, like about that.
I thought it was really kind of a bold thing to do early on in a
It
show,
was.
is to kind of
But
go there and
that
really explore
kinda-
this character's
I
backstory.
felt, Dan, tell me if I'm wrong, but like I felt like that's kind of like because like you're learning a bunch. It's sincere and sad, but there's like the cool Abed at the end. Like, it's like,
it's
okay,
that.
still funny. You know, it's
Yeah,
doing
well, that's
like
Seeger. I mean, he made those editorial choices. I kind of stood over his shoulder and made his life miserable, but he did a great job.
He did.
Some people,
There it is.
I remember back then it was like people were still reacting to things, and I remember justifiably so, like on Twitter, like a couple like Arabic people like going like, why'd you cast a half Indian guy as an Arabic guy? And I understand when you're watching TV, it's like, I understand why you're asking that question, and I support your perceived dehumanization. We're not that's because the character gets written as something, and then we scour the earth for the right guy for the part. And Danny's half Polish and half Indian, so we figure, hey, he can play half Palestinian, half Polish. Right. I get what you're thinking. You're thinking like, all right, what do you think Indian people are more palatable?
I think that there's also
and the truth of the matter is, we can't tell the difference. That's what we're really
Donald
saying.
is the only one allowed to say that.
No, but I think it's not about that. And I think
So
that's
this is, you know, I don't know if everyone understands what I was doing the first season by now or not, but the idea is to take all this stuff away from us. The will they, won't they. The purpose is let's have these two make out in the second episode for false reasons. And then he makes, well, I don't, spoilers, whatever, but the end of the season, suffice to say, we've gone everywhere a show can possibly go in an entire run of a show.
Yeah.
So what the hell are we going to do second season? That's the point. The show is a mockingbird. It masters the art of proving to you that it's a television show because it's a cynical time. And,
Okay, wait.
All right.
Oh, wait, I thought it was Biblioteca.
No, Biblioteca is the first one.
Yeah, this is the...
No. This.
Some of you tweeted questions and you used the wrong production code. It's not your fault.
This was one of those days where we all walked away very sore.
Yeah, talk about the pain you were in the next day.
Because we did that for a long time.
Yeah, and we did a number of different takes. And the thing about crumping is it's never the same.
Joe Russo wanted to air a commercial instead of this tag.
Really?
He didn't think it was funny. We got in a fight.
We love you, DVD audience.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.